Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. For today's video, I wanted to share with you guys my single eyeshadow declutter video. So to date, I've already done my blush declutter video, which you guys absolutely loved. My bronzer declutter video, I'll have those videos linked down below. And so for today, I felt like, you know, let's do this one because I asked you guys in my community tab what you guys want to see next, and I would say majority of you guys said eyeshadow palettes, which I feel you on that. I feel like eyeshadow palettes are really like, ugh, oh my goodness, you know. I wanted to do eyeshadow palettes probably like one of the last, just to kind of build up the anticipation, you know what I'm saying? So I figured since I'm going to be doing my eyeshadow palettes a little bit later, let me declutter my single shadows. So I've been doing my declutter series for a few years now, but I've never done like a single shadow declutter video. I think I did my Super Shock shadow by ColourPop one, but like I never did like a regular like single shadow declutter video. So this is gonna basically include like my Sila glitter and glow, so glitters, single eyeshadows, duos, trios, I want to say. It's just everything and anything that is single for the eyes. Single for the eyes, that's I hope you guys enjoy this. Let's go ahead and get started. So moving on to my shelves, I have a bunch of these Sila glitter and glows, these shade mist stairs. Everything is very unorganized. And then I have even more up here on this shelf. But most of my single shadows are housed in these acrylic organizers that I purchased from Amazon. They're actually tea organizers, but I figured I would use it for these products. I have 3 little sections here. And then I have even more on this side of my shelf. So this one and then that one. In this little like acrylic bin, which I got from Home Goods years ago, I also have more of like the glitter eyeshadows. So we're gonna tackle that as well. One lash, and so my type. Okay, so I situated everything nicely on my bed. Let's go ahead and get started. First up, I have these Pixi liquid fairy lights. These are so beautiful. They're actually sold on Ulta's website. I haven't used them in, whoa. Sorry, also my nails look gross today, but I didn't have a chance to do it. Anyway, this is the real deal, but I haven't used these in a very long time. Now that I'm gonna declutter, I'm gonna really see what I have and just start using these more often. I also have these 3 Urban Decay heavy metals. This one right here is in Disco Daydream, a new one that I recently picked up. Middle one is in Distortion, and then we have Saturday Stardust. All of these are beautiful. They are like just the name, as the name states, heavy metal glitters, but they really amp up any look, and I just love how they look on the eye if I'm going for that really, really dramatic look. So I'm keeping all of them. Next up, I have 2 of these liquid catsuit cream shadows by Wet n Wild. It was part of their limited edition collection. This one right here is in Pure Intention, and then the pink one is in Mystic Dreamer. I think when I declutter these, they don't really inspire me, and I think it's time to go, so goodbye little guys. Next up, I have this Eyeluster by Ciate London. It's like a white with like this greenish purpley shift to it. I don't really love how this looks on the eye, so I'm gonna say goodbye. Next up, I have this right here from Il Maquillage. The packaging is really, really, really cool. Here's what the shade looks like. It's called Eyes on the Prize. I'm gonna declutter this because I have so many shades like this already. I do like the formula though, and the shade is stunning, but because I have so many similar ones in like palettes and stuff like that, I think I'm just gonna declutter this. Next up, we have these Shade Mist Stare liquid eyeshadows by Sila. I really don't love these. I feel like it kind of has like this duo vibe to it, and it looks, I don't know, on me it looks kind of awkward. I wanted to love these, but I just don't. This shade right here is in Mythical. This one right here is Enigmatic. We also have the shade Spiritual and then Gypsy. I'm gonna say goodbye to all of these. I'm also gonna be decluttering these 3 Shade Mist Stare liquid eyeshadows by Sila. This one right here is in Spellbound, Hypnotic, and Charmed. Next up, I have some of these Sila glitter and glows, and then this e.l.f. glitter eyeshadow. So these 3 shades were limited edition by Sila. Since I can't recommend them or talk about them like often on my channel because they're discontinued, I'm gonna go ahead and declutter them. I really, really, really am in love with this color, but I figured since I have the e.l.f. one, I'll keep the e.l.f. one because it's newer to me and get rid of these 3 guys. So the e.l.f. one is in Black Magic. The Sila one is in Molten Midnight. We have Into the Blue, and then next to note is like this burgundy red. Next up, I have 2 of these cream eyeshadow pots from Kylie Cosmetics. This one right here is in Yellow Gold. I think it was part of a holiday collection she released a while ago. I don't use this. I'm gonna say goodbye. And then we have this shade right here in Camo. It's like an olivey green color. Also one that I just don't use, so I'm gonna say goodbye as well. I then have 3 of these CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Glow eyeshadows slash cream highlighters. I just put it in my single eyeshadow like drawer because I typically use these for the eyes. So this one right here is in number 4. You guys can see it's pretty much dried out. Usually you can kind of bring these products back to life with a little bit of oil. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and declutter this. This one right here is in number 6. From what I remember, these were very light in tone. They were okay on the eyes. Definitely not anything that I was like obsessed with. So I'm gonna declutter this as well. This one right here is a number 5, actually my favorite from the 3. But like I said, I don't really use these that much anymore, so I'm gonna declutter. I really loved these color tattoos by Maybelline. This might be a shade that I would reconsider like repurchasing because I loved what it did for the eyes. I'm not gonna lie, I had this in my collection for over 5 years. It's dried out completely. I might be able to bring it back to life, but I think I probably feel more comfortable just buying a new one. This one right here was in Pomegranate Punk. So love the color, love the formula, but old, so declutter, but like I said, I might repurchase. Next up I have 2 of these Pure Eye polishes. So here are the 2 shades, really pretty nice neutral colors. This one right here was in satin, and then this was in silk. So very pretty on the eye. It kind of gave that wettish look. They were great to wear under shadow, just kind of as like a little bit of a base. I'm gonna declutter these. I really don't have an explanation as to really why. I don't really use them too much. They don't inspire me. And yeah, okay, bye. Next up I have the Singular Shadow from Ulta Beauty. It's one that I got in their advent calendar this past year, I want to say. Love the color, love the tone. I think it's discontinued, so I could never really recommend it, so I'm going to declutter it for that reason. And then also I have a lot of shades like this, like in palettes and stuff like that, so I just kind of feel like it'd be wasteful to just keep, so declutter. These literally hold such a special place in my heart. I remember I purchased these, I don't know, when I was like 21 or something. I first got the green one, fell in love, and then I purchased this. Now I think that they're just like in the middle, like kind of okay, not that great, but because they're so nostalgic for me, I'm just kind of thinking, am I ready to get rid of these or not? I think I'm gonna keep the green one because like I said, it just holds that spot in my heart. This one right here doesn't hold such a spot, so I'll get rid of this and keep the green one. I have these 2 little ones right here from Smashbox that I got in the Sephora Play box a while ago. These were actually really cute. I got a decent amount of uses out of both little duos. It was like a one-stop shop situation. They're both shadows from the Full Exposure palette from Smashbox, which I thought was pretty cool. I like these, but I just feel like it's wasteful for me to keep it, only because I don't gravitate towards them way too much anymore, and as much as they're adorbs, I feel like maybe somebody else would probably enjoy it more, so I'm gonna declutter both. Next up I have this from the Liora.y brand, I think that's how you pronounce it. It's the Liquid Beam Glitter Eyeshadow. I don't care for this, so I'm gonna declutter. I purchased these from Rite Aid at some point. This blue is in Acid Rain and this green is in Forest Green. I like these. Didn't think that they were the best ever, but they do have a nice amount of pigmentation to them. I'm thinking if I need to keep these in my life. I feel like I do have a decent amount of greens that I adore and love, like in palettes and stuff, and I just don't reach for these. And in regards to the blue also, like, I'm thinking like I have a few blue palettes that I love, so I think I want to say goodbye. Okay, and then in here I have a bunch of these L'Oreal Infallible shadows. These used to be the it thing on YouTube years ago. I remember I was like wanting to collect pretty much all of the shades. I see that they're not available on Ulta's site anymore, but you could get these on Walmart's site. So they aren't discontinued, which I think is great because they're very nice shadows. The first 2 shades I have here are these. We have Liquid Diamond and Midnight Blue. I'm gonna declutter both of these. This blue is actually similar to the Maybelline one. Then I have these 2 right here. This is in Glistening Garnet, and then the purple one is in Perpetual Purple. Also gonna declutter both of these. I can't even believe I'm decluttering these because these are also like just very tried and true for me for a very long time, but sometimes it's just time saying goodbye, you know? I then have Ice Latte and Bronze Taupe. I think I'm gonna keep both of these. So stunning to just swipe on and go with. Yum. And finally I have these 2. This one right here is in Continuous Cocoa, and then this one right here is in Always Pearly Pink. I really like this one. Give me a second. This one I'm gonna declutter for sure. I think I'm gonna keep this one. It's swatched right there. Just so pretty. For like inner corner highlighter. Just, I don't know, it's so yum. Keeping. Next up I have this single shadow from the Balm in the shade Bootylicious. Here's what the shade looks like. Similar to like the Ulta single shadow, I think. I'm gonna declutter. Then I'm gonna go ahead and declutter these Pop Beauty glitter eyeshadows as well. Only because I'm keeping a bunch of the Pixi ones. And then I'm going to be keeping some of the Sila ones. These were really, really nice, and they are very nice. They work amazingly, but I kind of feel like it might be slightly excessive for me to keep all of the glitter shadows, you know? So as amazing as these are, I think I'm going to say goodbye. Hopefully somebody else will enjoy. Next, we have 3 of these Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter Eyeliners. So they have a very thin brush to them. I don't use them for like a liner effect. I really just use them on top of any shadow to create like a glittery vibe. And I love it like that, to be honest with you. It also amps up any look. It's not as quote-unquote heavy as the heavy metal glitters, but it does add something, and it also takes your look to the next level, but not like in a heavier way, you know? I have Midnight Cowboy, which is this gold. The middle one is Catcall, and then Gamma Ray. They're all amazing. I need to get more. Next, I have 3 of these Kat Von D single shadows. We have Thrasher, middle one is in Danzig, and then we have Thunderstruck. I love Thunderstruck for highlighting. I actually have, I think, a different one in my highlighter drawers because that's like dedicated for that. I think these are really nice. They're, whoopsies. They're very pigmented. They're very creamy, metallic-y goodness. Heaven. I don't tend to reach for these too much. This color I feel like would just not look the best on me. This one I don't wear way too often. Like that shade is just one I just don't wear a lot. And then for now I have, I think, another Thunderstruck in my drawer for highlighter, so I could use that for my face and eyes. I don't feel like I need to have an extra one. I used to be fully obsessed with that, but I don't know. Now it's like what, 2-3 years later, and I like it, but I'm not as fully obsessed. So declutter all of these. Then I have these glitter liners from the Ulta Beauty brand. Now I will say these are a bit different in formula compared to the Urban Decay glitter liners, right? These have more like a jellyish vibe, and also they don't dispense that much glitter. And then when they do, it also kind of gives you a lot of like gooiness too, you know? I still want to play around with these because I could probably still make them work. I think I'm going to keep the goldeny shade because I feel like I could use that with any look. And I think I'm going to declutter 4 of these, so keep this. Goodbye for these. I have this single loose eyeshadow by Artist Couture in Spotlight Glitz. I love the color, but it's just so messy, and I really don't reach for it as much as I would like, so declutter. Next up, I have this Ciate London Marbles Metal single cream shadow in Wicked. It's so cool. I'll tell you honestly, I was gonna declutter it because I don't use it too much, but then I realized I don't have anything like this in my collection, so maybe now that I actually see that I have only like 1 of this kind of shade, it'll kind of push me to use it and create like just this purpley vibed look, you know? How can I say goodbye to this one? So I'm gonna keep it. Next up, I have 3 of these Almay Velvet Foil Shadows. I love these. I have Cupid Glaze, the middle one is Ruby Glam, and then I have Endgame. These are great to use as bases, or just really nice to use as a one-stop swatch eye kind of look type of thing. You know what I mean, right? You swipe it on the eye and go. I love them. Pretty pigmented, and they don't necessarily crease on me, so I'm keeping all. Next up, I have 2 of these cream shadows. This beautiful like emerald green is from Estee Lauder, and then I have this one right here from Cover FX. The Estee Lauder one is in the shade Jaded, and then the Cover FX one is in Amethyst. I really don't like how Amethyst looks on me. Jaded, I'm thinking, I really don't have a lot of shades like that. I'm thinking though. Wow, it's so pretty. It's like once you start swatching these, you're kind of like, yeah, I'm keeping it all, you know? But I'm gonna keep this one, and I'm gonna get rid of the Cover FX one. Next up, I have all of these from various different brands. So I have this Kiko Arctic Holiday one. I have the Jouer one. This cream shadows. I have this one right here from Tarte. It's like a greenish color, like an army green color. Then I have this one from Model & Co, which I don't really use. And then this Model & Co one also I don't really use. I'm gonna declutter all of these. I have this NYX single shadow in Gilded. It's so pretty. It's so different than anything that I own. So I'm keeping this for sure. I also have a bunch of these Naked Cosmetics shadows. They're very loose, very messy, very thin. They create like a nice effect on the eye. I typically like to use these to highlight to the most part, but I just don't use them so much anymore. I mean, that's the story of my life, right? But yeah, I'm not really obsessed, so declutter all of them. I have this Milk Makeup Eye Pigment in Hotel Lobby. I remember when I unboxed this on my channel, like the mystery box, I was like Hobby Lobby, and then I'm like, what? Here's what the shade looks like. It is very pretty, but I'm thinking for myself, will I really use this? I don't know if I will. I don't know if I love the color like on me, so declutter. Then I have this right here from a brand that I'm not so familiar with. I don't really use this, so I'm gonna declutter. Then I have the Color Icon Creme Brulee Cream Shadow that I use a lot to set my lids, but I don't find that I reach for this because I'll just use like a loose setting powder or a regular face powder for my eyes to set. So I'm gonna declutter both of these. Trolls, so cute, so cute. Both of these were limited edition MAC collections. I have this shade right here in Paradisco, and then this one is Suns Out, Buns Out. And I told you guys in my bronzer declutter video that, I don't know, I had a hard time getting rid of MAC products for ages, but now I'm thinking like, look, if I use it and I love it, I'll keep it. If not, if it's limited edition and I need to have it, fine, I'll keep it, but I don't have to keep every single little thing. You know, it's okay to let go of things sometimes, especially if I'm not using it and especially if others can have it. So yeah, I'm gonna declutter both of these babies. Then I have these MAC single shadows here in their regular packaging. So I have the shade Cork. I'm gonna declutter this one. This is stunning. Like, this is literal, oh my goodness, vibes. You see, looking at it now, I'm like, yeah, I'm keeping it, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and declutter it. I think I'll just probably use it once in my life, and is it worth it to keep for that? I don't know, it's a question for myself. Next up, I have the shade Shroom. I really don't use these kind of colors often. It's like a real cool tone gray, so I'm gonna say goodbye. This used to be everything on YouTube. It's in Satin Taupe. It really is a really pretty color, more on the cool tone side. I think that maybe I would probably be more into this years ago, but now not so much, so I'm gonna say goodbye. Next up, we have the shade Expensive Pink. This is more of like a typical shade that I'm sure I can find in my collection, so I'm gonna declutter this, even though I did love the formula of this one. It was very smooth. Next up, I have the Too Faced Glitter Glue. So this is typically what I use if I'm using a loose glitter, which I don't tend to use so much anymore. I like to use glitters that somewhat have a little bit of like an adhesive vibe to it, you know? But I'm still gonna keep this in case I might need it, and I really did like it. It helped with, you know, glitters beautifully, so keep. Next up, I have two of these loose glitters by Lime Crime. I just checked and they're both actually discontinued, so a lot of the times when something gets discontinued, it's really hard for me to use it on camera, like I always say, because then you guys could never get it, and sometimes I just kind of feel bad, you know, especially if you're like, oh my god, I love your eye look, but what is it? And then it's something like this and it's like, oh, you know. I'm gonna go ahead and declutter these. I have Scorpio, which is this really cool blue, and I'm a Scorpio, so I just wanted to have it just because of the name, but it's okay. And then we have this shade right here, and it's like a silver, so I'm gonna say goodbye to both of these. Next up, I have two of these from Tarte. These right here are their chrome paint pots. This shade right here is in Park Avenue Princess. I love the formula of these, but realistically, I'm thinking to myself, I have a few of these kind of shades, so I'm gonna go ahead and declutter this. I might check out other shades I have in the line though. And then we have this shade right here in Martini. I'm kind of tempted to keep this because it's so different than what I have in my collection, but I don't know. Looking around, I could probably find something that gives me like a similar vibe, so I'm gonna declutter this as well. Next, I have two of these NYX Loose Glitters. I'm gonna go ahead and declutter these. They're fun to use from time to time. I just, at this point in my life, don't seem to use these like super frequently, so I'm gonna declutter. Next up, I have this cutie. This is a really pretty peachy shade that I'm not ready to give up yet, so I'm gonna keep this. Next up, I have these smaller size Sila Glitter and Glow. Some of these are duplicates of what I already have in my collection, the full size. So I'm gonna declutter some of them for those reasons. And then also some of these were discontinued, so I'm gonna declutter those as well. We have Tulip Twinkle, Smoldering Satin, Plum On, which is this purpley color, and then Smoky Storm is more like the silver shade, so declutter for all. Then I have these three little ones. The lids are different than the previous ones I showed you. These are the shimmer and glows. The other ones were glitter and glows. So these are gonna be decluttered. I have a few other eye products that kind of give me the same effect. There's no glitter to these necessarily. It's more like a cream base type of thing. I have the shade Twig, Cloud, and Pigale. And then I have even more Sila Glitter and Glows here. These are also smaller size Sila Glitter and Glows, but thinner than the other ones. The other ones are more like boxy and thicker. So I'm gonna declutter these as well, again, because I have some duplicate shades to the most part. We have Smoky Storm, Grace. Next to Note, which if you guys remember, I already decluttered the full size of that because it's discontinued. And then Peachy Sheen is one that's gonna go too. Next up, we have full-size Sila Glitter and Glows. These are two shades I'm going to declutter. Both discontinued, both shades that I'm not crazy over. This is like a yellowy gold, and then there's like an olivey brown. I don't know, I just don't like how they look on my eyes. So we have Stylish and Fairy Tale. Next up, we have more Sila Glitter and Glows. We have Sunset Cove and Sea Siren, both discontinued. They were both really pretty though. I'm going to declutter. Okay, Enchantress is also one that was discontinued, so I'm going to declutter this one as well. However, these are 4 shades that are still available in Sila's line. I love all of these. They're more neutrally day-to-day colors. They can be natural glam. I love them so much. I'm gonna keep all of them. We have Rose Gold Retro, Diamond Dust, Bronzed Belle, and then Kitten Karma, keeping all. I also have this Koki Crystal Fusion Liquid Eyeshadow in Polaris. It's fairly new to me. I love Koki as a brand. They're sold at Rite Aid drugstore, and yeah, I want to give this a go, so I'm gonna keep this. Next up, I have 5 of these Urban Decay Moon Dust eyeshadows. Some of these are discontinued and some of these are not, but I'm having the most difficult time getting rid of these. I don't know, I feel like I just want to kind of collect them all, kind of like Pokemon, you know, and like situate them nicely, have a vibe. Like, I don't know, I just for certain products, I can't do it. I'm not ready for these. Maybe next year declutter, but I'm gonna keep all of them. Then I have this right here from Ether Beauty. I have to put it in a palette, but it's a really gorgeous light pinky color. I have to give this more time, more love, so I'm gonna keep this. Okay, and then I'm gonna be decluttering all of these as well. I feel like this video is so long already, so I'm just gonna run through these quickly. We have like the Diamond Glow by Lime Crime. I like these Sila ones a little bit better than these. The MAC one is also similar to that, so, and it's also a typical shade that I have a lot of. This Essence one is a loose glitter, which I'm not feeling at the moment. Then I have this one right here, which is kind of like the Sila Glitter and Glow by Essence. It just has a little bit of like a lighter formula. I don't love the shade, so I'm going to declutter that. We have some MAC Loose Pigments, and then the Glaze-In Glosses by Butter London, which I love, but I really don't use too much. So these are going to be in the declutter pile. Okay, I absolutely cannot believe this. I am literally getting rid of 108 single shadows. I didn't even know that I had over 100. What? And then here are the select few, I would say, that I'm keeping. I have a 35 in total here. So in total, I had 143 single shadows. Whoa. Okay, so I'm just gonna organize everything in these little drawers to see like how much it actually fills up. So here's what we're working with. This is literally my full single shadow collection. It's like, what? I'm probably gonna reorganize everything when I organize all of my makeup and stuff like that, but it's so cool to me that everything just fits in this one organizer. When before it was like all over the place. I had 2 of these and then another drawer. So yeah, I think it's really cool. Love it. Alright, so that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had so much fun filming it. I'm looking forward to reading your comments down below, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.